Leave your ego at the door if you want to improve in life. Oh my God, that's funny. Speaking of ego, speaking of ego, that was quite humiliating. But no, for real, let's talk about that. I've been doing self improvement for the past 10 years, and I've really done a lot with this. Right, I've created a business, online business, doing very well. I'm in great shape. I'm getting in better shape. Um, my my mental acuity is really sharp. I'm extremely socially confident, and I'm very happy. Right, so it's all the things that most men want. I've accomplished at 26, and really, I'd say the main reason why, the thing that I had that a lot of people just didn't have, is I just kind of didn't have a big ego. I kind of was down to just learn everything you've ever wanted. There's someone who has it, and then all you gotta do is go to that person and get their help. It really all boils down to that. Now, the only difficult part is getting access to this person. That's like the part that I agree can be difficult, depending on where you live, depending on your current life situation. But the moment you get access to this person, just fucking put your ego down and listen to him or listen to her. I remember I went to a pickup immersion. That's right, a cold approach immersion, a cold approach boot camp, that's what they call it. I went to that about 5 years ago, 6 years ago or so. And I remember going, thinking that there was going to be a bunch of nerds and me. Like, I thought I was going to be the cool guy. I was wrong. I was the least accomplished guy. The other guys had more money, they were more jacked, they were more charismatic. Now, I had some things going for myself, of course, which is like strong determination and will. And I was very intelligent. But these guys were really, really just exceptional human beings. And I didn't expect that. So what happened is I met this guy named Brandon, who became my really close friend. And during the immersion, the boot camp, he was the most successful man I've ever really became friends with. He was like the most successful man I've ever became, like, friends isn't even the right word, but I just got in the same room as a guy like that. I just got access to him. See, I saw he had a better body than me. So what did I do? I walked around Publix with him, and I just bought whatever he bought. I bought whatever groceries he bought. I saw he was more intelligent and he was more experienced, so I asked him what books he read. Right? And I've always been like this. That changed my life. We became friends. Next thing you know, I got a mentor. I did the same thing I just said, but with the mentor. And then it just kept going. And I never stopped. Even though I'm successful, I never stopped. I still learn from people. Because even when you get to accomplished levels, there's still things you can learn from people. For example, my ex has taught me a lot about skincare. And that was a very positive thing in my life. So has my sister, actually. What else? I had a client. Shout out Nick. Super cool guy. I've changed his life. Amazing transformation. And then one day we were just talking, and he was explaining how he's a really good singer. And that's like his whole thing. And I was like, wow, really? I'm trying to learn how to sing. I actually have a singing coach right now. And he was like, oh, well, dude, I bet you I'm better than your coach. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah. And then he started singing, and I was like, damn, you are. And then I just started getting coached by him. And guess what? My singing got way better. Way better. Not even close. Because I wasn't so rigid. A lot of men, they're so rigid in their ego, in their way of thinking. That like, if someone says something like, yeah, I'll coach you, bro. You know, I'll change your life, blah, blah, blah. You wouldn't like have open ears to it. You'd be like, yeah, right. It's like, bro, you need to have open ears to opportunities. Because if you don't see the potential, then you are sabotaging your growth. Oof. I don't know if you can tell, I'm kind of tired. You see, I woke up not that long ago and I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. I'm changing my sleep schedule, so I've caught myself a bit more tired in the morning than typical. I'm still reiterating my life all the time. I never really stopped doing that. Personally, I think life would be boring if you never did any sort of reiteration, any sort of improvement. I feel like it would be kind of like, well, now what? We're just gonna dance around the campfire all day and go to sleep at the same time every day and eat the same foods every day? Like, you gotta have meaning. You gotta find meaning and purpose in self-improvement, in self-analysis, in contemplating the meaning of life. Like, these are really cool things. It's blessings that we're allowed to have, basically. Like, it's so cool that we can do this, right? When you look at a fucking little ant or a cat, they probably don't do this shit. They probably can't think like this. They can't. It's cool that we can do this, you know, and find joy in it, because a lot of life's problems are not that big of a fucking deal. You think they are sometimes, but that's just an illusion. Once you solve the money problem, money's solved. Once you solve the woman problem, that's solved. Once you solve the fitness problem, that's solved. And that's pretty much almost there, you know? So you gotta find meaning in the process, because before you know it, I always tell guys this, guys that I coach, I'm like, bro, before you know it, blink of an eye, you got your dream dating life, and you're like, oh shit, that was fun, that was a cool ride. So don't squander, don't like not be grateful for the journey, because like I said, before you know it, it's done. I had such a crazy run with my pickup journey. It's such a crazy run. And I'll say that proudly, man, because it really made me who I am. Like that, those crazy nights, those crazy experiences, those crazy benders of just going out and meeting a bunch of strangers, going out and taking over clubs and venues, going out and approaching fucking 40 girls in one day, 50 girls in one day, 100 girls in one day, just to do it. Not because, you know, I can't, it's not even about sex. That's what a lot of people think when they hear pickup. They think it's about sex, right? But I mean, it's really not, because if someone wanted to have sex, they wouldn't do what I just said. You wouldn't have to approach 100 girls. It's because I found a passion in pushing my social comfort zone. That's what happened, and I just kind of kept doing it. And it was kind of fucking sick, and I loved it. And now, I'm just so socially confident that like that, it will never be the same. As much as I as much as I would like to time travel and kind of make it be the same one day, it just will never kind of be the same. Because I'm already kind of that guy. You know? I can't really get rejected the way I used to get rejected. It's kind of difficult. So, yeah, guys, enjoy your life, man. I know that was a little bit heavy on tangents, but to get back to the point of the video, so right now, let me process actually what the fuck was the main point of this video. What was the main title that I invented as I was walking? Oh, I remember. It's about improvement, about lowering your ego, and learning from people above you. Yeah, so please do that. Stop thinking you know it all. You fucking don't. If you knew it all, you would have done it all. But you haven't. For real. If you want to work with me one-on-one because you see the value and you want to level up your dating, your mindset, your confidence, link is in my description. If you're not ready, all good, brother. DM me on Instagram, Serge J. Chavez. That is all for this video. We'll talk soon. Peace.